Well, good evening YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino and we will be drinking a beer. Today's beer will be from Forked River Brewing Company in London, Ontario. It is a Forked River beer that came in the December edition of the brew box. Just checking if I'm going to have to reach for a opener or not. Usually I have one just lying around on the table, and I don't. Luckily, they're all just right there. Okay, so today's beer is Full City Coffee Porter from Forked River in London, Ontario. This is 5.6% alcohol by volume. Brewed by Forked River in London, Ontario. Return for refund where applicable. Unpasteurized, unfiltered, keep refrigerated. And we are going to pop this guy open with this here, the snake bite opener from the US. So let's pop her open there. I'm pouring it into the cup that came in my brew box. The brew box can glass. Oh, tonight's going to be a night of darkness. I pulled out 3 beers to have. All 3 beers that I've never had before, so I have to review them. All 3 of them are going to be deep and dark and awesome, I hope. A little more head than I was expecting to get on that. But, hey. There we go. Look at that beer. Black as black can be. Ooh, actually, there's like... If you look up at the fluorescence down here at the bottom, it is mahogany brown, but it comes off as black. The head is beautiful. It's that mocha color. It's creamy. It has the big bubbles. It looks great. Smell? You know what? Coffee is not my thing, really. I've talked about this before. I'm not a big coffee guy. And when it comes to coffee beers, I'm never 100% sure what I'm going to get. And sometimes they smell great, sometimes they smell horrible to me. Sometimes they taste great, sometimes they taste horrible. This actually smells so satisfying, it's not even funny. Oh, it smells delightful, man. Delightful. Just pure, unadulterated coffee. And it comes off weird. It comes off sweet. I don't know if I'd say it's like a double-double or like a mochaccino almost. Because it has that almost lactic smell, but I don't know if I'm just getting like lactic in coffee or if I'm getting like milk chocolate in coffee. Yeah, you know what? I'm going more like a mochaccino because I'm getting more of that. The sweetness is going more in the root of like a roasted, like a coffee with chocolate. It actually, the sweetness does smell more like a milk chocolate than just a lactose. But it smells so good. Cheers. Oh, you know what? This is a 500 milliliter bottle, right? Yeah. Well, there's none left in here. So, the can glass is actually a little bigger than it should be. Because these can glasses I thought were made to be 473 cans. Sorry, just doing a check here. Yeah, they're, well, it's a little wider. So, yeah, it would probably be a 500 ml can. It's probably a 550 ml glass. Okay, just checking. Cheers, guys. Let's drink the beer. Now, Forked River is one of those breweries that I'm always 50-50 on. I either love their beer or I find it meh at best. There's a lot of meh at best beers from them, but there's also a lot of beers I love from them. This is one of them. Yeah. That coffee comes off nice and sweet. I told you I could smell it like a smelled it like a mochaccino. Kind of tastes like a mixture between a mochaccino and a double double because it almost comes off as just sugar added coffee. This actually tastes a lot like I'm drinking a coffee, not a beer. Mixed with a little bit of hot chocolate, giving that almost mocha taste. But also, it is a little sweeter than just adding a little chocolate. That's why I'm saying that it also kind of reminds me of a double-double. When I drink coffee, the couple times a year that I do, I, for the most part, drink it as a black. I used to drink triple triples, and then I moved down to black. So I've gotten myself used to black coffee, so that bitterness on a coffee doesn't really bother me. But when you just round it off with that sweetness, it makes me love it. Yeah, I can't complain about this beer. It's actually a wonderful beer. Really, it's kind of one-dimensional in that you're really only tasting coffee. I'm not getting much. I'm not getting any... Like, there's a roastiness to it. There's a sweetness to it. There's a bitterness to it. All of which are coming from the coffee. None of which seem to be coming from the beer itself. Back end rounded out with that roasty coffee bitterness. Front end rounded out with that chocolate sweet coffee flavor. All in all, the coffee has taken over the beer, and not in a bad way. It's exemplified the beer. It would probably have been a average porter, but the coffee has brought in flavors that have made it a substantial porter for me. And it's just so easy to drink. Just so easy to drink. It's basically like I drank a carbonated coffee. I'm actually surprised that none of those weird pop companies have done a coffee yet. I mean, you can get like bacon soda and all that. I'm surprised you can't get a coffee soda. But this is as close to a coffee soda as I've ever had. This is again, the Full City Coffee Porter from Forked River. I'm going to give that an 8.75. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the Brew Box for getting some good beers together for the Christmas box. Yeah! Anyway, guys, have a wonderful evening. Au revoir, a bientôt. See you soon. Bye-bye.